Why is Russia increasing its military presence in Burkina Faso? In this video, we explore the significant development that Russia will be increasing the number of military instructors in the West African nation. This announcement, made by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov during his recent visit, highlights Russia's growing involvement in Africa and has important implications for the region's security and stability. Let's delve into what this means for Burkina Faso and the broader geopolitical landscape. Lavrov's visit to Burkina Faso underscores Russia's growing involvement in Africa, especially in countries grappling with internal conflicts and security challenges. During his trip, Lavrov stated, "Russian instructors are working here, and their number will increase at the same time. We are training members of the armed forces and law enforcement agencies of Burkina Faso in the Russian Federation. This increase in military assistance is part of a broader strategy to supply Burkina Faso with military products aimed at strengthening the country's defense capabilities." Burkina Faso is currently under military rule following a coup d'etat in July 2022. The junta, led by acting President Ibrahim Traoré, has prioritized building up security amid an ongoing and deadly internal conflict. The country has been plagued by violence, with violence-related deaths doubling last year. According to the Norwegian Refugee Council, NRC, this year alone, hundreds of civilians have been killed in attacks, including around 170 in 3 villages in March, and approximately 30 in separate mosque and church attacks in February. The NRC has named Burkina Faso the world's most neglected displacement crisis for the second year running. In 2024, 6.3 million people in the country will need humanitarian assistance, with over 2 million people internally displaced. The dire security situation underscores the urgent need for effective military training and resources, which Russia aims to provide. As we explore this complex issue, it's important to understand both the potential advantages and disadvantages of increased Russian military involvement in Burkina Faso. Let's start with the advantages. The primary benefit of this increased military presence is the potential for enhanced security and stability. With Russian instructors providing advanced training to the Burkinabe armed forces, there is a greater chance that the military will be better equipped to combat insurgencies and violent groups effectively. This could lead to a reduction in violence and an improvement in overall security. Another advantage is the strengthening of Burkina Faso's defense capabilities. The supply of military products from Russia means that the country will have access to modern weaponry and equipment, which can be crucial in defending against well-armed militant groups. This could help level the playing field and give the Burkinabe military the tools they need to protect their citizens and maintain order. For Burkina Faso, aligning with Russia can also be a strategic move to diversify its international partnerships. By reducing over-reliance on Western countries, Burkina Faso can create a more balanced foreign policy that attracts aid and investment from other nations interested in countering Russian influence. This multipolar approach could provide more opportunities for economic and political support, which is essential for the country's development. Furthermore, Lavrov's visit to Burkina Faso included a thank you to Burkinabe leaders for their assistance in resuming the activities of the Russian embassy in Ouagadougou. This diplomatic re-engagement can lead to stronger political ties and further cooperation in various sectors beyond military assistance. By reopening diplomatic channels, Russia and Burkina Faso can explore new areas of collaboration that benefit both countries. However, there are also significant disadvantages and concerns associated with increased Russian military involvement. One of the main issues is the potential for increased geopolitical tensions. The involvement of Russian military instructors in Burkina Faso can heighten tensions in the region, particularly with the United States and other Western countries. These nations have expressed concerns about Russia and China expanding their influence in Africa, and this move by Russia could lead to a new battleground for influence between global powers. This could further destabilize the region and complicate international relations. Another disadvantage is the risk of long-term dependence on foreign military assistance. While external support can provide short-term benefits, it may also lead to long-term reliance on foreign powers. Burkina Faso could become dependent on Russian support, which might undermine the development of its independent military capabilities. This dependency could make it difficult for Burkina Faso to pursue its own strategic interests and maintain sovereignty over its military decisions. There are also concerns about the potential for human rights abuses with increased military operations. The focus on military solutions might detract from efforts to address underlying governance issues, such as corruption and political instability, which are crucial for long-term peace and development. Increased military activity could lead to unintended consequences, including civilian casualties and displacement, further exacerbating the humanitarian crisis in the country. Moreover, the increased foreign military presence could face opposition from within Burkina Faso. Segments of the population and political groups might view this as undermining national sovereignty, leading to further internal conflicts and questioning the legitimacy of the military junta. This internal opposition could create additional challenges for the government and complicate efforts to stabilize the country. It's also important to consider Russia's broader strategy in Africa. Isolated from much of the world due to its invasion of Ukraine, Russia appears to be renewing its focus on the African continent. In early March of this year, Africa Command warned Congress that Russia was aggressively working to expand its footing in Africa, with several countries at the tipping point of falling under its influence. U.S. officials have long warned about Russia's tactics in Africa, including the use of mercenaries and arms sales to gain access to natural resources. By strengthening ties with countries like Burkina Faso, Russia aims to secure strategic advantages, including political alliances, military footholds, and economic interests. As we analyze this situation, it's essential to keep in mind the broader implications for Burkina Faso and the region. The success of this partnership will depend on its ability to bring stability without exacerbating existing tensions and dependencies. The international community, including organizations like the NRC, will need to continue monitoring the situation to ensure that the humanitarian needs of the Burkinabe people are met and that long-term solutions are pursued for sustainable peace and development. Now, before we delve deeper into this topic, I want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Our engagement helps us bring more insightful content and keeps you updated on important global issues. So hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. As we continue, it's crucial to understand that the increased military involvement is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it has the potential to significantly improve Burkina Faso's security situation. The advanced training and modern weaponry provided by Russia can enhance the effectiveness of the Burkinabe armed forces, enabling them to better protect their citizens and maintain order. This could lead to a reduction in violence, which is desperately needed in a country that has been ravaged by conflict and instability. On the other hand, the increased reliance on Russian military assistance could undermine Burkina Faso's sovereignty and independence. By depending on Russia for military support, Burkina Faso may find itself beholden to Russian interests, which could limit its ability to pursue its own strategic goals. This dependence could also make it difficult for Burkina Faso to maintain a balanced foreign policy, potentially alienating other international partners and limiting its options on the global stage. There are also significant concerns about the potential for human rights abuses and the impact on the civilian population. Increased military operations could lead to unintended consequences, including civilian casualties and displacement. This could further exacerbate the humanitarian crisis in Burkina Faso, which is already one of the most neglected displacement crises in the world. The focus on military solutions might also detract from efforts to address the root causes of the conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and lack of governance. Moreover, the increased foreign military presence could face significant opposition from within Burkina Faso. Many segments of the population and political groups may view this as an infringement on national sovereignty. This internal opposition could create additional challenges for the government and complicate efforts to stabilize the country. The legitimacy of the military junta could also be called into question, leading to further political instability and conflict. In conclusion, Russia's decision to increase the number of military instructors in Burkina Faso is a complex and multifaceted issue. While there are clear advantages in terms of enhanced security and defense capabilities, there are also significant risks and disadvantages that need to be carefully considered. The geopolitical implications, potential for increased dependence, and internal opposition highlight the complexities of such international military assistance. As Burkina Faso continues to navigate its internal conflicts and security challenges, the role of external actors like Russia will be closely watched. The success of this partnership will depend on its ability to bring stability, without exacerbating existing tensions and dependencies. The international community will need to continue monitoring the situation to ensure that the humanitarian needs of the Burkinabe people are met, and that long-term solutions are pursued for sustainable peace and development. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis informative, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth coverage of global issues. Your support helps us continue to bring you quality content. See you in the next video.